Hello, 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 everyone. It's Kim from K&RP here in southeastern Manitoba. It is a cloudy day. We've got a little bit of a haze cloud thing happening. It is currently 21 degrees Celsius, but feels like 26 with the humidex, which means it's 69 degrees Fahrenheit, but feels like 79 with the humidex. Welcome, welcome, Belinda and Teresa. It's nice to see you guys here. What? We are going to try doing some wobble cut trees today. I was cleaning, guys. I was cleaning and I came across a wobble cut tree. And I figured, let's try and do some bigger, wilder wobble cuts for trees. I have a plan for that. And then I had punched out a whole bunch of 2-inch circles from Kleenex boxes. I like using them for buttons. So I figured we could make some buttons, that kind of thing. Show you how I decide where the holes are going to go. Some of them I like just to put a hole right in the center so that I can put a brad through. Those are the ones I like using for ties on pages. Otherwise, you just thread some stuff through and put it on a page, and you could use it as a tuck or decoration or whatever you like. So I've got a couple of cereal box sides here, and when I do my 2-inch circles, I like to use the punch because if I hand cut them, my hand gets really sore because it's not like wobble cutting paper, right? It's needs that little bit more. So I'm just going to, I like these little bees. See, I even have to use 2 hands for that because whatever, all's good. All is good. I don't care if it's got words on it. We can paint over them something. I just want those little bees. Don't care what else is on there. Now, because these have a lot of words and stuff that I don't really necessarily want to use, I will still cut them out, but I will flip them over and put a gel print on and use the other side when it's like that. Okay, I don't think I can get any more. I can get one here. So, if I had a one-hole punch that worked really well, I would do this as well. Might cut that down and use it as a, belly band or tags or something. So we'll just trim that off. Just trim it off, and the other stuff can go into recycling. And when I've decided what I'm doing with this, and when it's like this, you can use it for doing really cool edgings and stuff as well. Yep, that punch is a little bit brutal for me today as well. You're right. You're right. You know how that works. Oh, look, there's a nice little square here. Ooh, I like little squares. They make great corner tucks. You can do a lot with them. Clusters, that kind of thing. So this stuff is going to go into recycling. This stuff is going to stay. This is not. I'm going to cut this. But as I was saying, this would make a really cool edging, like if you used it on your gel plate. And, that could give a really interesting... Hi, Joni. Nice to see you. Did you guys see that wonderful watercolor Joni did? Flowers and Fog. Oh, my word. It is stunning. If you haven't seen it, check out her page, guys. Really. It is absolutely fabulous. So I've got a whole bunch that we can use. I don't know if I'm going to bother doing this one. Yes, my hand is iffy, so we're just going to add that to the pile on the side. As I say, I've been cleaning. I've been trying to clean, not necessarily getting where I need it to be quite yet, but darn near close. Darn close. So like something like this, I would do 2 holes and use it as a button. I'm not really worried about the printing on the side. This one, I would definitely use the back side. This one also, I would use the back side and put gel print on. This one as well. But I like this cute little bee and this cute little bee. Yeah, it's got words. It's okay. These are going to go in the to be built bin. Yeah, check out Joni's. Definitely check out Joni's um, page because it is gorgeous. Okay, I'm going to have to use the punch one more time. I need to show you how I do the marking for the holes. I'm just going to grab a piece of white paper and we'll see if this punch works with just a single sheet of paper. It used to. Oh no, see? It's chewing it, guys. It's chewing it. I'll have to hand trim that. I don't know. I think I have to replace all my punches because they're all doing this. And I've put foil through, I've put sandpaper through, and I still get all these dead spots. Any other suggestions? Just curious. So I will just fold it in half, and then I will fold it in quarters. Now this is to decide where we want the holes, right? So I would mark about 1/4 of an inch from the center on the line. And that's how I would do it for just the 2 holes, right? If I want 4 holes, I will do the same thing on the other line. So then I would have 4 holes for the button. Does that make sense to you? I know that they're uneven. They don't have to be even for me. I don't measure, you guys can measure. And then if you just want one in the center, of course, you would just put a dot in the center. This one would definitely come over just a little bit. So then what I do is I take it and I put it on top of there. And then I will get my big fat needle, which is in, oh, where's the container of my big fat needles, guys? See, I was cleaning and I put stuff away and it's not where it normally lives. Now I'm confused. Okay, we're just going to have to pull out the awl. Pull out the awl and the stuff I use for page binding. See, I thought I was organized. Kim's never as organized as she thinks she is. All right, I got this deadly thing here. This is why this is not for kids. Hey, Anne, nice to see you. Oh, that's fine. That's fine. Yeah, I need to replace it eventually. So again, I took a piece of paper, fold it in 4. So some of them I want just to do center holes. So I hold it on top and I just do a poke through the center hole. Now these ones, like I say, I will just put a brad through and use it for when we're doing closures. Not this Sunday. There's no stream this coming Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month. But when we come back in July, I think we're doing closures. I think that's what we decided on. So I want to have some ready for that. So I've got 2. These were Kleenex boxes. They've got really lovely patterns now. Really lovely patterns. So I'm going to do a couple more with center holes. I'll just stack them. Just stack them. I picked beans today, guys. I've got beans ready. I am so excited. Okay, so these ones have center holes. And let's just do one more of each with center holes. And then we'll start doing some 2-holers. Yeah, there's no stream this Sunday. We are actually having a family brunch. I'm excited. It's been a long time. All right, so those have center punch holes. Those are for brads. These ones, I'm not going to do them all. I like to have buttons, but I also like using these as tucks in journals, right? Like I'll put glue down here and here, like on the back, and just use it as a corner tuck or just on the side so that you can just tuck papers under in your journals. Okay, so these 2 are going to have 2 holes. And again, I just line the paper up with the edges And I will punch the 2 holes. So those will have like a nice string across, right? And then I tie a bow on it, and they're cute little buttons. And then you can just put them down on the page. Yeah, a lot of times I just use regular paper for this. But I decided that, sometimes you want the additional bulk. Hey, Barbara, nice to see you, hun. Oh, nice. Nice, nice. That was quick. I am just making buttons out of these were Kleenex boxes. So I've done some with 1 hole, so I can put a brad through. These have 2 holes. I can stitch them on. And then I guess these ones will do with 4 holes. Because sometimes you want to add something a little bit fun. So I'm just making buttons out of packaging. So this is how I do it. So those of you who wonder about buttons, because sometimes you want a really big button for a closure. And you don't have time to run out and get stuff. So it's nice to have some in your stash. And if they're, you can use the other side and you put a gel print on that matches the journal. That works great. Like these ones, they were from Cereal Box. So I would put gel print on this side and use it that way, if that makes sense. And then, of course, you can always add a little bit of bling to it. You could do like an edging with ink. Make it your own, definitely. Definitely, definitely. Oh, yeah. Availability, that's the big one, right? Like, we waited a long time for our stove. It was really annoying. So these ones I am going to leave just the way they are, and I'm going to put them in the circle bin so that I've got circles to play with whenever. But these ones have little bees on them, and I like the little bees. And I don't care that they've got words on. So this one, let's do with 4 holes. I think that'll be good. With this cute little bee on it. Yeah, you know what? That, like I said, I would have cut these out by hand. Oh, look, these are way over to the side. That's, you know what? Doesn't matter. It's a button. It's cute. But my hands aren't up to cutting thick stuff today, so that's why I'm using the punch. But again, you know how you do those little flowers where you do the embroidery floss, then a French knot in there? Wouldn't that be cute with this little bee? I'll ignore the, maybe I'll just glue some little flowers or something on and then do that embroidery and have it. I think that would be very cute. So that one has 4. Let's do 2 on this one. Hopefully this time I won't quite catch the bee itself. So that has 2 holes, and it'll just go across his wings. That's okay. And this one I'm just going to put him in the center and use a brad for that. It does give him character. It really does. See, I don't mind hand cutting, but my hand has to be strong enough to do that. All right, so now we have some buttons that we can use for closures. Whoa, wrong drawer. That would be very confusing. I would be looking for that. All right, so now this is the little journal that is going to be up for adoption next Tuesday. So we'll draw numbers on Tuesday, and I will send it to the lucky, well, the person who wins. Okay? So this is the little journal we've been working on from June and July. So I've just been adding stuff to it as we play, or as I've been playing and cleaning, I've been adding bits to it. Lots of stuff to doodle in here, guys. Lots of, you can write stuff, lots of hidden spots, some tucks. So this is the one that's going to be up for the thank you for watching. So that big button would hang over the edge. And you know what? I kind of like that if I used a brad on that with the little bee. What do you guys think? I know it covers up the flowers. Should I do this or should I just use string on this? Because I've got the holes on the front and back, and I was going to loop thread. You know what? Maybe I'll just do this one and loop the thread, and then one of these buttons I will complete and put on the inside. What do you think? String, yeah. That, otherwise it covers that up. Okay, I will do string on this, and it will be attached to it. So when I send this one out, I won't lose the closure. Right, Teresa? I still feel bad about that. Okay, so I'll just use string on this. Let's just make one of these buttons. We'll put it on the inside. So as I was saying, I really like it when I do the little bit of embroidery and the French knot. So I'm going to use this one, and we're going to do that. So, oh, big needles. Where did my container of needles go? I'm sorry. I have to just turn around and look. I have a big one over here. Not necessarily the one I was looking for. No, doesn't have a big enough hole. Oh my word. You know what? That's okay. I've got plastic needles. I can use plastic needles, right? Right. Because the hole's already there. Oi. That's all I can say. Oi. Of course, I can say much more, but I won't because I'll be polite. I will be polite. So I have green crochet cotton, and how about if I do an orange French knot? We'll do that. Yeah. Oh, you put them in a pocket tag? Nice. Awesome. Yeah, I know. That's what I'm saying. What closure? Like, goodness. I sent Teresa a journal, and I forgot to include the closure. So bad. So bad. You know what? Maybe let's just use this one. I want to use that one because I think it'll be fun. Oh, I'll be speaking French probably before I do those French knots. Okay, so this is a really big plastic needle. All good. And I might want to do this a couple of times so it shows better. And then I will just glue that in that journal, or maybe even on the cover of the journal. We'll see. We'll see what happens. So as I've been cleaning, I have been finding so much stuff, guys. I am such a hoarder. My word. My word, my word. So what I did was a lot of the little bits that I found on my desk, because when I'm doing stuff, I pull out chickens and I don't put them away. I just kind of swish them into a bin. And I had a whole bin of bits that were complete. And it's like, I was shaking my head at myself, like, really, this is ludicrous for all the stuff that you've got. Okay, so we've got a little bit of raised stuff happening here for where I punched it through. Let's just take the emery board and file that down a bit. because that's going to add bulk to the book. Not that this is a thin journal by any means, but let's just not add that little bit extra. There we go. There we go. So I just flattened that. See how that's nice and smooth now? Hi, Maya. Welcome. Yeah, you heard Hoarder. Oh, my word. Yep. I hoard craft supplies, art supplies. Okay, so pulled it through. I'm going to do this a couple of times, guys, because the thread's pretty thin on these things. And I should have gone from the top to the bottom first because it kind of, what does it do? It pushed it out so that I had lumps on the top, which I don't want either. Okay, so it went from this hole to this hole, back through this hole, and now I'm going in that hole. So we've got kind of like a V shape happening here. V shape happening, right? So then I'm back in this hole, and I would go up to the top hole. So we've got a V, now we've got it like an arrow. Can you see that? So I've gone from this hole to there. Came back through this hole, then I went through that one. Back through this hole, up to that one. Now I'm at the very top. Now I'm going to repeat that so that it's a little bit thicker. Okay, guys. So I'm just doing faux buttons today, Maya. The next time we get together as a group on Sunday, which will be the first Sunday in July because we're not streaming the last Sunday of the month. So I just did it all again. So it's nice and thick so you can see it. Now I'm going to just take this back and I am going to run it under the stitches and tie a knot. So the next time we're getting together, I think we decided that we want to do closures for journals. So I want to have a few buttons ready to use for that. Then I'm going to snip it off. And I've got leaves and a stem. There are 3 pockets on your tag? My word. That's awesome, Teresa. Teresa was playing along when I was doing my Fantasy flowers the other day. She hand drew hers, and I collaged mine. They're over there. Over there, waiting to be scanned. I have a stack of stuff to be scanned. Now I'm taking some of the orange crochet cotton. Oh, these are just punched out of like Kleenex boxes and cereal boxes. And we're going to use them for closures on journals. So what I'll do is I still have to cover this one, but I would take one of these buttons and I would attach it. And then on the back, I would attach string so I could go around and close it. Does that make sense? So these are just out of cardboard. Like I say, these were Kleenex boxes. This was a cereal box. Sometimes you want to use like a double layer if you want it really thick. But like this little journal, I thought maybe if I put a button on it, but it would hang over so much. And the ladies said, just tie it with string. So that's what I'll be doing for this one. I'll just probably crochet some stuff and put it together to tie here. Another project This one though, I need to get finished. This button is going to go in this here, because that one I will be giving away next week. Yeah, Teresa's flowers look so cute. They really do. So again, a lot of times I do this with just paper, not with cardboard. The reason I don't, cardboard is really bulky when you're doing a journal. Although, guys, because I was cleaning up the desk and I found all that stuff, well, I wasn't just cleaning the desk, but you guys know when I take stuff out, I don't always put it back in the bins it belongs in. I throw it in a container and it gets put over on the far side. Well, I had stuff. So I had all those little cluster dangles that we did. Yeah, she did. Let me just grab those. I know where they are. Don't know where my needles are, but I know where those flowers are. See, now I'm bringing stuff back over here. Am I going to put it away? Yes, I will. We were doing like fantasy flowers with bits of gel prints, and then doing stems and leaves out of black and white. So Teresa drew hers. I used scraps of gel prints for mine. So that's what we were doing last week. Friday, I think it was. Tuesday? I don't know. Every day is Saturday to me right now. Okay, so tied a knot in it, coming up from the back. We're going to do a French knot, possibly. So we hold it and we go around. 3, 4, 5. Go back down that hole. And you have a French knot. It's got a little flower. This looks really cute on white buttons. Oh, see? I did it the wrong way. Pull it up. Hold it back. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Back down through the hole. Why is my French knot not working today? There we go. Because the hole behind is too big. And it pulls it through. Okay, now what am I going to try? What I'm going to do is I'm going to put a little piece of paper on top of that. Maybe at the back. I'm just going to take a little piece of card, and then I'll have to poke a hole again, but a small hole. Look for scissors. They're right here. Yeah, Maya, I make things up as I go along. So I just cut a little wee square of cardstock. I'm putting it down over that hole. And it's because this needle is so big. That it's pulling right through, because look at the bulk of that needle. Like, that's pretty darn thick. I'm going to cut the knot off, take it out of that needle, put that needle away. And grab a smaller needle, which is this is why I don't clean, guys, because I never know where I put things. And I say I've got a rhyme or reason to it, and I do not, obviously. Well, Sorry, guys. I just have to look over here. Can't believe I did that. Where are my needles? Ah. Well, there's more than one way to skin a cat. If I don't have a needle, I will crochet a flower. Right? Right. Because I have this wee little crochet hook here. And I can crochet a little flower to put on there. Why does your stuff have to be approved, Teresa? I thought I fixed that on Friday. I'm going to write that down on my to-do list right here. I mean, you have contributed to the group so often that there should be no reason for that. There really shouldn't be any reason for that. All right. So I covered up that hole. I'm just going to poke, now that I'm using the crochet hook, I probably need that big hole. We'll figure it out. You're not a bad girl. Okay, so I've got a slip knot that I'm going to pull through. See, I'm winging it, guys. I'm winging it. Hoarderland, yeah. Okay, now what I'm going to do is I'm going to go way out here. And then back. This is going to be a strange flower, guys. I'm making it up as we go along. You know how I roll. 3 times into the hole, out to the edge, pull it up. Got some loose stuff happening here. Just tighten that up a little bit. 3. 4. Don't want to cover up the B. 5. And then I'm going to chain 1, and I'm going to go back into the first stitch. Oi, sorry. Go back into the first stitch, do a chain 3, and a picot into that stitch, because might as well make it cute. Slip stitch in the first one, go into the next stitch, go through both loops, chain 3, slip stitch into that same stitch, slip stitch into that same stitch, go into the next stitch. Well, I know I did 5 stitches. I don't know how I've only got 3. I must have missed something. You know what? For the sake of the show, we're just going to do the 3. It's still going to be cute. Doesn't matter. It's going to be cute. Do a chain stitch. Oh, look. I'm at the end. Perfect. Perfect. Look. That's how much thread I had left. Didn't have to take new thread. Whew. So we got this little picot flower happening here, and I'm just going to take that thread right through the back of the stitches, trim it down. So, okay, normally that would be a French knot, right? Like I did in this button. I did the leaves and the stem and a wee little French knot in the buttonholes. Hey, welcome. Nice to see you. Okay, so normally I would do that. But because I put my needles someplace safe, I ended up crocheting a little flower around the edge of this button. So it's got the little bee. Yeah, it was a honeycomb box, like honeycomb cereal box. I like the little bee. So I did a flower for it. I don't care about the wording. I'm going to glue this into this little journal here. And I'm going to glue it down flat. It's not going to be a tuck spot or anything. It's just going to be an embellishment. You know what? What if we put the flower stuff sticking over the top? Ooh, I like it. Because we've got all kinds of stuff sticking out the top already. I'm all about the stuff sticking out the top. Nice to meet you, Tanya. Welcome, welcome. So yeah, I'm just going to glue it like that. So I'm going to glue it all the way around the edge and pretty heavy glue. And then I'm going to use one of my handy dandy clothespins to keep it in place till I'm sure that it has stuck down really well. So again, just Elmer's glue. This glue is almost empty. Didn't I just get wrong to fill these guys? Well, you know I've been having fun when I'm out of glue this fast. And yeah, that's really heavy on the glue. But this is cardboard, and it's got the embroidery with the knots. I want to make sure that it's really going to stay down. This is a pretty heavy page. I think it's a doubled book page, maybe. I don't know. It's pretty darn heavy. Hold it for a minute. So did everybody have a good weekend? A good rest of your Sunday? I had a good weekend. Next Sunday, we're having our family brunch. So there's no stream this Sunday. You know, it's really hard when your grandkids and stuff start working, and some of them are young, so they have to work weekends. It's really hard to get together for a family of meals like that now, I'm finding. Okay, so I'm going to take a couple of clothespins and a clothespin and a clamp because I want to get deep. I want to make sure that that is held on. And I think I might need one more clothespin in there. Again, this little journal is one that is going to be given away next Tuesday as an appreciation for my watchers. Okay, so that's how I do my cardboard buttons, guys. Like that. With a paper template for the holes. So I've got 4 holes, 2 holes, and 1 hole. So the 1 hole I can just put brad through. I sure would like to know what I did with those needles. I'm going to be whining about that the whole show. I'm sorry, guys. All right. So I've got buttons to play with. So let's try some wobble trees now. So at the beginning, I showed, because again, cleaning bins of stuff all over the place because I make all these little bits and I put them in bins and put them over there and totally forget about them. So we're going to try doing some wobble trees. I'm going to use book page again, and we're going to wobble cut. So let's cut this down to a little bit more manageable piece. Of course, I would use gel prints as well. But I've got lots of book page, so we're going to try the book page. All right, so let's figure out the root system. So let's go up, and we want one root that goes like this, and like this. We're making this up as we go, guys. And then let's do the trunk of the tree. And I think we're going to want a pretty wide chunk of the tree. And we're not going to go too far because now we need some branches. I think this could be almost like a weeping willow, this one. We'll see what happens. Again, cut some branches. Oh, this is going to be a very strange tree, my friends. Okay, so we got to the edge of the page. I should have left it a little bit bigger. Let's do some little wee branches coming out of the end of this one. And again, we are making this up as we go along. And now we're going to do a big branch up to here. Hey, Mama Juju. Nice to see you. I am doing a wobble cut tree. I don't have a pattern. I just have something in my head that says this is going to look like a tree when I'm done. Or so I hope. And of course, it's going to be a naked tree because I'm doing branches. But the cool thing about it when you do trees with no leaves, you could add leaves. You could add puffs of yarn. You could add whatever you like. We're just doing the basic tree. And I'm just wobble cutting because I can't really follow patterns. My fussy cutting's not great. I can wobble cut, but don't get me to cut on a line. It doesn't happen very well. So again, we're just doing some branches. So I was thinking, guys, here we go. Kim was thinking, it's time to run. You know how I always do the vases of flowers for my cards? Why don't I do wreaths? I think I'm going to try one with a wreath. Yeah, I think this could be a little bit too narrow, but that's just fine. Because we can always add additional leaves, or if we were putting it into a journal, we could have a big round gel print behind it so that it looks like the tree is on top of like a moon or something. And the reason I want to do it on book page is because after I put brown paint on it, all these printed lines, those could be bark lines, right? You take a black and you squiggle on all these lines and you make very interesting bark. No, from the outside. Come from the outside. From the outside. So I'm not sure what kind of a tree this is. It's a wobble cut tree, no rhyme or reason to it. Oh, that's rounded. And let's do a trunk that's kind of curly. Now we're going to do the roots on the other side. Oh, no problem. Oh, sorry to hear that, Belinda. Sorry to hear that. That's definitely more important than watch me paper cut. You know. All right. Did I just get that in my tea? I like having roots so that I can take some green paper strips. I don't have any green paper strips. Paper strips, and I can kind of put green over and around so that the roots are kind of sticking out. I could put a rock underneath it, something. Hey, Anita, welcome, hun. How are you today? I'm wobble cutting trees. What do you guys think? I probably should have done the trunk a little bit different. But the thing is, if I was to use this on a page, I would come in with some of this thin green stuff that I've got, like the grasses, and I would have grasses coming up behind the roots and between the roots. So you could disguise this goofy piece of trunk that you did, whatever. Lots of ways to disguise this. And yeah, this is kind of like square looking because I went to the top of the page. But to get away from that, you could take one of these and in the middle just do it shorter, right? They don't all have to be the same height. You can make a couple shorter. That gives it a little bit more shape. Oh, you're busy for tomorrow? Do you have a photo shoot coming up? Anina does incredible floral kind of photography and landscapes and wildlife. Anina is in Switzerland. Maya is in Norway. And I'm in Canada. Okay, let's cut one a little bit wider because I think I want to have like a nice bushy kind of top. But again, like I say, you do this and then you take a round of something like that, maybe in a green, and do some scribbles on it so it looks like leaves. And then you could just take a couple of little paper leaves and put it on top. You're in Mississippi? Nice. Okay. Oh, nice. Nice, Anina. That's awesome. So this is kind of what I'm getting at, that you could do this kind of a thing with it. So I'm going to do a whole bunch of trees. Thanks. And I hope I don't bore you too much. Open to suggestions, anyone. And the reason I'm going across the page, like I say, all this writing, I can doodle black on and it will look like bark. Again, like I say, I can come in with my brown and I'm probably, do you guys want to show you what I do? Let's just do that. Let's just do that so that you guys aren't totally confused. Okay, let's grab, want some brown. See, I couldn't find my purple, now I can't find brown. Okay, I've got a burnt umber. I've got, I should have another brown. Okay, I got white. I can do brown and white, and that'll give me a couple of shades of brown, and then I can come in with a black marker. Mississippi is in the USA, yeah. Now I need a lid. I just had lids here, guys. right before I started, I had a bunch of lids going. Yeah, I'm not going to need those today, so I put them under this piece of paper. Lid. So those of you who are new to my channel, I like to do things the cheapest way possible, just so that you can see that you don't need to have all the fancy dancy $200 brushes, $90 bottles of paint, etc. That you can just make do with what you have, you know. Okay, so I've got white and I've got brown on the palette. Not very much because I don't think I need very much. So I'm just going to take a soft brush. This is just a soft, cheap, round brush. No name. I get my stuff at the dollar store a lot. Yes, I do have some brushes that cost me an awful lot of money. Those are used strictly on canvas when I paint. Okay, so we're going to do the two, and we're just going to kind of swoosh it down on. This is a very soft brush. It just swooshes. It won't give me nice marks. It's also an ugly brush because I have obviously scrubbed with it, which means I've, squiggled. Squiggled here and squiggled there. Okay, so we're just putting down some brown and white. Now we're just going to take the darker brown and go over in a few places just to give some depth. You could use a sponge, you could use a Q-tip, you could use whatever you happen to have on hand. Okay. So we're just going to lift it off of this plastic so it doesn't stick. A little bit more dark brown down here. Thinking. You could put fruit on this tree. You could put whatever you like. You could put birds in it. I'm just going to throw this in a bucket of hot water. All right. All right. So now it's still pretty wet. So we're just going to let that dry a little bit, and then I will show you how I add the black for two states over from Texas towards the east. Okay. Does that help you, Anina? So it is definitely southeastern U.S. Now, if you want kind of to give yourself a bit of an outline to do this, by all means. I usually just freehand cut and play that way. But if you want like a bushy tree, you want your branches to be in here, you want your stem, and you want some roots happening. Right? You can just scribble yourself a tree, if that helps. So then you would come in and you don't have to cut right on the lines. I don't cut. They're just guidelines, literally guidelines. You know that you just want this stuff to go that way, you just do it. You just do it. And again, it doesn't matter how thick or thin you do your branches. We're just playing. We are just playing. So as you can see, I am not going right. I'm going to where the outline is. I am just doing shapes, branch type shapes when I'm cutting. branch type shapes with little twiggies on the ends. This should actually give you a nicer shaped top of your tree because you're not going right up to the flat edge of the book page edge. If you do it and paint it black, it would be a really nice silhouette. You could use them for Halloween. You could use them for if you're doing a sunset kind of scene and you just need a silhouette of a tree. Again, these trees are naked. Does this make sense to you guys? I hope it makes sense. And we don't want to go in straight lines. Nothing in nature has a straight line. Right? Which is a cool thing because I can't cut a straight line for love nor money. Hey, Malia, welcome, welcome, welcome. You're here for the naked part. I know, here we are with these crazy, between body parts and everything else we talk about here. Yeah. Yep, yep. All right. And down to the root on the other side. Tree number 2. So lovely wobble cuts. You can leave them just as book page, whatever you like. Are you dry yet? This is just about dry. So now these could get thrown out, but really, if you have a journal or even a card, a tag, something, something. Let's take this. No, let's grab another little journal here. So you've got, look at how cute that would be on the corner as an embellishment. And then you could doodle on it, right? So, yeah, no, I don't throw those scraps out either. I really should, but this is why I run into so much trouble. Because I don't throw any of this stuff out. Okay, some of it I will, but not all of it. Like that one's a fun one as well. This can go because that's boring. I'll take that. I do a lot of floral kind of things. So these things really, I like to have them so I can add them to the florals or just as decor on the page. But, out of that, I'm throwing this out. Okay, so if you don't like that you've got your pen lines on that side, look, you can flip it over. Doesn't matter. If you're going to be painting it, it doesn't really matter either way. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to make some room. And I'm going to put my stool up on the table so that I'm closer for you guys to see how I'm going to decorate. I know that's, what am I on? I'm not on anything. I need a piece of, just a piece of white paper. Is that going to glare? That's not too bad, is it? Can you guys see? Oh, yeah. Yeah. I don't have a tree punch. I did do this one on my Cricut, but the Cricut I don't think is going to be lasting much anymore because of the new things that they're doing. Ugh, we're not getting started on that. Okay, so you can see where the words are. So you could just come in and do some with a thicker black marker. This is a medium. It says fine point, but I consider it a medium. And I'm just doing like some little scribbly kind of lines, just so that it gives some texture to the, let's do a big knot all over here. We're making bark is what we're doing. Giving it the texture. So I start with a big one. We just want some texture happening. The model-y paint is part of the help for the texture. We're not doing straight lines. We're just doing some little scribbly bits. Little scribbly bits. Can you see? Oh, okay. I will come closer. Can you see the little scribbly lines? Okay. Now, this is a lovely little tree just the way it is, right? It's got texture. It's got character. It definitely has both, right? Yeah, very tree-y. Very tree-y. So we've got this. Now, you guys know what's going to happen. As soon as I find a dark brown pencil crayon, or even a medium brown. Okay, we can use mahogany. We're going to add some additional coloring. Not everywhere. We're just going to add little bits here, little bits there. Of course, if I had a dark brown pencil crayon, I would do a whole bunch of shadowing, that kind of thing. Shading, because I love to shade things. And the really cool thing about this is no two trees are ever going to be the same. Yeah, you can even cut them out in the same way, right? You could double your paper up so that you're cutting two at a time. But the thing is that when you go to color them, they're not going to be the same. You're not going to get the same lines when you doodle. Okay, so I've added a little bit. This was a mahogany Crayola. And you are a dark, I've got my dark brown, also a Crayola. So now you're going to look at your tree and the roots, and you know that the bottom part is going to be in shadow. So just kind of outline the bottom part. And it's going to give it that bit of depth, right? And you can go alongside the ones that you've got, right? The black marks, you can add a little bit of the dark brown to it. It gives it that little bit more depth under the branches. bottoms of the branches you want to do dark? Oh, those branches are very close together. I didn't do a very good spacing cut on that. That's fine. Not worried. Not worried. Okay, so those ones will have dark. Just add a little bit of brown on here. Now we're going to go on the bottoms of these ones. Bottoms of the leaves, branches, branches. These are branches, not leaves. Okay, so now it's got a little bit of depth to it. All right, so that's how I would decorate my trees. And then, of course, I would just glue them down into a book, maybe add a few leaves, maybe a sunset behind it, whatever. Was that simple, or did I confuse you guys? I watched one of Maya's streams, guys. You should see the sheep she drew. Oh my word, so lifelike. Just beautiful, beautiful, beautiful. Oh, you had to convey the bad news to Howard? Yeah. Maya is in Norway. I'm right. Am I not? Norway? Norwegian? Norway? Okay. So there's that tree. Now with this one, I could do the same thing. I could take, just colors of brown and put them on, and then come in and highlight with marker, or I could just leave it the way it is and have it on a background. Does this make sense to you guys? Anyone? Does it make sense? Okay, makes sense. All right. All right. Now, of course, if you've got a stamp or if you've got something else that's going to help you do this, by all means, use it. I just like to wing things and make things up as I go along, as a rule. So this one actually is going to have to go in that little journal, I think, because we did it on the stream. So let's put that in the journal. That's what this journal is. Things that we've done on my live stream. I'd like to put in the journal that gets sent out. It's too bad I put that flip on such a dark page. Mind you, I kind of like it on there. What do you guys think? Should I put the tree on that page as the flip? Oh, Anina, I'm sure that your trees would be marvelous with the photography that you do. I'm sure you've got a great eye for that. What do you think, guys? Should I put it there behind the window? Anyone, anyone, anyone? Where else can I put it? You like it behind the window? Okay. Yeah, I think it would get lost in other places. Well, mind you, no, I like it behind the window. I like it behind the window. So again, this is the journal that's getting um, going as the giveaway for July. Again, I just used liquid white glue. It's my glue of choice. So this journal has a lot of little bits in it. You can see I've got a bitsy bird there. There's stuff. This journal is full of little bits. I think I've left enough room to do some writing. If not, you can always add flips to write on. This is just a little starter journal. It looks pretty full, but there's lots of room left to utilize. Trying to pick this up without getting too sticky. Is it working? No. All right. Let's not put the journal in the muck. It is where it is. So once it's dry, once the glue is dry, I will come and outline it with a black gel pen. Make it stand out that little bit more. So again, like I say, I will come and outline the tree. Oh, thanks. I've decided that I'm going to do a journal a month. And as I do my streams and whatever I'm working on, something from the stream is going to go in the journal, along with the little bits and stuff that I have found on my desk and other places when I'm cleaning. So this is the button that we did just today. Little crocheted flower on it because the French knot didn't work because I can't find my needles. And so yeah, it's just a little fun journal with all kinds of little bits in it. So next Tuesday, I'm doing a draw for it. I still have to do the ties, and of course, I will be filling the pockets and things. But that's going to be for a surprise. For a surprise. All right. Do I paint this? Did I just? Oh, look. Write yourself notes and then throw the note on top of all the wet paint. This is how I roll, guys. I'm a messy crafter. Yeah, there's all kinds of stuff in that little journal. Okay, so I've showed you how I paint them and color them. Let's cut another tree. Unless there's something else. Unless there's something else. This is going to be a narrow tree again. Oh, maybe it could just, have an idea. Thinking, I'll show you what I'm kind of thinking for this tree. So I'm going to have the root system. Maybe one more there. And that can come off there. And then we're going to have the trunk. And then we're going to have like branches that come up and kind of go to a point, like a teardrop tree. Sort of like that. Does that make sense? Looks mystical. It does. I really like the way that turned out. Where did it go? I should probably leave it out so I remember that I have to outline that tree before I send it away. It does. I think it looks really cool on that background. And you know what would be really cool? One little green leaf hanging. Maybe. We'll see. We'll see. Okay, leave that out because you have to do that. Okay, let's cut this tree. So this is how I do my Kimbits. I get an idea, and normally I don't draw them out. As I said, I don't draw them out. I just wing it and do it. It is. I think I really like the way that background turned out. I really do. So I'm cutting this shaped tree. It's going to be interesting. So if any of you guys are playing along or you're going to try that, please post on Meet Your Creativity. I love to see what you guys do with my ideas. I absolutely love it. Because we're not all the same, right? So I like to see your take on this stuff. I really do. Makes me smile. My big thing is I really like to inspire people, and I hope that that's what's happening. I really hope that's what's happening. I don't know how far down I want to go. Yeah, wing it and do it. Definitely, Malia. Definitely. I mean, I've tried to plan things, and I do plan things. Like I've got the plan to do the brunch on Sunday, but aside from those kind of plans, I don't really plan much of anything, and even a lot of that is spontaneous. When your daughter calls and says, "Can you feed me?" and it's like, "Yeah, by all means, come for supper." By all means. And of course, I'm just doing like 2 twigs at the ends of the branches. You could do 3, you could do 4. Whatever your hand is up to doodling and cutting, do it. Just do it. Because it's yours and you have to do it your way. Okay, kind of lost. There we go. There we go. Found it. Found it. Found it. Trying not to cut the branches off that I've already done. Some of them have a twig on the end, some of them do not. Trees are really weird. I like checking them out before they get their leaves to see how their structure is. Then, of course, they get their new growth in the spring. And I don't understand how all of a sudden, out of a branch that's going this way, like horizontal, you get a twig growing straight up and it's like 6 to 12 inches tall. And it's like, okay, now what the heck is that, dude? I don't get you. Don't get you. That's just weird. Absolutely crazy weird. All right. Kind of liking the way this one's turning out. These are kind of hard to store because they got all these little thinny things. So you can do them and store them, but they're pretty delicate. Yeah, exactly. If I go through, I have my grass. Oh, you had pouring rain this morning? Yeah. Our yard's pretty wet. Ron mowed, and as he was going along, you could see the splash up around his tires on the rider. Crazy. Crazy amount of rain we've had. Okay, so a couple of different shapes of trees. Just fun. Yeah. It's almost like a burning thing. Could almost use that like flames. So, yeah, I'm on a roll. I hope you guys don't mind. I'm just going to keep cutting out trees and visiting. If, you've got other things to do, you won't hurt my feelings. Oh, look. Look at this one. Wow. Now, see, if I do it green and I put it on a tag that's grass, and I could put like little uh, confetti flowers on it, wouldn't that be kind of cute just on the corner of a page or a tag? Because I don't save enough stuff. Yeah, flames would be kind of cute. They would. So this one I haven't drawn out. We're just gonna, do that wingy thing. Because winging it is as much fun as doing it. Ooh, I wonder if I could do almost like a round pom pom without drawing it. We'll see. We will see. You could always just do a big round ball kind of thing on it, or whatever shape you want the leaves in, and just paint the branches peeking through on if that's what you want. All right. I will do this one. And if you guys don't have any suggestions for me, I guess I could call it a day. I actually picked beans this morning, guys. We actually had beans. The mosquitoes out there were fierce. But I managed to get out there and pick some beans. It was lovely. We're going to have fresh beans with our supper. We are. Bring you some. You're a little far, hun. Little far. I've got so many flowers on the bean plants. I'm so excited to have fresh beans. It's funny, I make this green bean soup. I got the recipe from my mother in law. And so I was telling her, yeah, I've been making your green bean soup. She goes, I never liked that soup. It's like, oh, I love it. I thought that was hilarious. Here, take this recipe. I don't like it. Yeah. Yep. Well, this is kind of round. I guess you could do this if you were doing coral for a. Oh, look, guys, I could do coral for my fishes. Maybe I need to do like an aquarium kind of scene with fish and coral and starfish and. Yeah! And for some reason this year, when the mosquitoes bite, it burns. Like, I don't ever remember mosquito bites burning like the way these little ones, like, brutal, brutal. You know you're getting bit. And of course, usually, you're covered in mud because you're weeding or whatever. So you don't really want to smush them, but got to make good mosquitoes. Another tree. See, they're all different. You just kind of cut what you think. No, she didn't like the soup. And I think that's hilarious. Absolutely hilarious. Definitely a character of a lady. All right. Anything else you guys want to see? Or are we going to call it a quick day? It's only been an hour and a half. But I feel like I'm boring you guys. I do. Yeah, nope, didn't like the soup. And when she was in the hospital, my husband and his brother's favorite soup is lentil soup. They grew up with it. She made it for them, and she made homemade noodles. You text the gardener? All right. Um, so she would make homemade noodles that are called spätzle. We have presses for making these noodles. So she was in the hospital after she broke her hip, and Ron went out to help, and him and his brother made lentil soup. No, Jan made the lentil soup, and the boys asked how to make spätzle. Sure, I've got window envelopes to make it free. I got lots of those. We could do that. Some of those. So they made these noodles, and they took her the soup with the noodles, and she took one look at it and go, "I'm not eating that. How many eggs did you put in those noodles?" And of course, they said one. She goes, "No, you have to put 2 eggs in those noodles. I'm not eating that." She was complaining about the hospital food, yet she wouldn't eat this lovely food that her sons, and we all know Ron doesn't cook. His brother cooks a little bit, but for the most part, these boys don't cook. So, well, I can't say boys. These men do not cook. And Yeah, that was quite the interesting thing. All right, tree time. I could do another tree for sure. I'll pull out. Where's my bag of frames? I have. See, cleaning, guys. Freaking cleaning, I tell you. What is this? I don't know where my bag of just frames is, Belinda. But I do have. I mean, I can cut these. We could cut these. Some of these. We can do that. But can do another tree or two or three. Oh, this shoebox is broken. It's got a big hole in it. Well, I don't know. We will do some of these shortly. Another tree. All right. So again, make sure the text is this way. I guess it doesn't really matter if you're painting it. Anina knows that I need a collection of trees. That's all. Because I don't have any. And it would be cool to have trees. Because think, if I had these trees, and then I put a bitsy bird at the bottom, you know, or I could do them if I was doing a fantasy garden with the Goonie birds and stuff. I need trees. And I think these are a perfect size because they'll fit in these little journals nicely. And I can even put them like in a big journal. I could do a forest. I could. Oh, could you imagine a monster wielding one of these trees? That could be fun. Could be a lot of fun. It could. It could. Actually, one of those trees, if I was doing another Halloween scene, one of those trees in the background painted black would be lovely. Okay. Yep. Need trees. Need trees. And right now, yeah, I'm just using book page, but don't you think they'd be kind of fun out of painty papers? I think they could be a lot of fun out of painty papers. My painty papers are kind of put away. We're not dragging those out today. No, not today. No painty papers today. I really like the roots for some reason. When you were a kid and drew trees, did you do roots on them? I am good at wobble cutting. Thank you. Thank you. I think so too. And it's not often I say that about my work, but I think that that is my skill is wobble cutting. I do think so. Yeah, I like them better with roots. because otherwise they just kind of end. They just kind of stop. Oh, you know what else would be kind of cool? Having a naked tree like this with one red apple hanging from it. I think that could be kind of cute. Wow, some of these branches are getting pretty darn long. It's okay. Elongated branches mean elongated roots. Okay, cool. Very cool. Yeah, my yard must just be absolutely loaded with tree roots. We've got so many trees on the yard, and we planted it all because this used to be farmland. They split up farmland to create our town, which is normal, right? But when they built our house, the neighbor asked for the topsoil because he'd lived here, a long time, and the builder knew him. So he got all our topsoil. It's, our poor garden can get really, really heavy because there's so much clay in it that it almost goes to cement. And we have put so much stuff into the gardens and so much extra dirt into the yard. But at least things grow, right? Stop whining. Your garden's growing, you're getting food, and that's all that matters, right? Right. But it would be nice not to have to deal with flooded yard. Yeah, I don't know if I like doing it freehand better or if I actually like drawing the shape that I want. Interesting. Oh, yeah. With a fairy sitting on a house looking up at the apple. Oh, that could be a lot of fun. Definitely could be lots of fun. Well, hey, Beth, welcome, hun. You use your die cuts? Yeah. Yeah. I don't have a die cut through trees. I have to wobble cut them. Have to wobble cut them. How are you today, Beth? How are you? I did some cereal box buttons so that when we do closures next, when we come back in July for our Feral Artist Sunday, I'll have buttons to use for closures. I did those today. So I made some buttons, and now I'm wobble cutting some trees. Just using book page right now. Of course, I'm going to throw some paint at them. This is the one I showed that I did paint on. So I just need to outline it and maybe do a little bit of highlight to it. But that's what we've been up to so far today. I have a weird noise happening here. Hang on. Gotta go look what's happening in my pump room here. Almost sounds like there's water running, but I don't see water running. Strange. There's no puddles on the floor. All is good. Right? Right. Hey, Sherry, welcome, hon. Nice to see you. We're wobble cutting trees today. So I've done it two ways. This one I just absolutely did freehand, just kind of cut as I went. But the other way I was doing it was I was just doing kind of a rough outline where, let's use a big black marker so you guys can see. I would just say, okay, I want a root here and a root here and a root there, root, and then trunk of the tree. And then I would just do kind of like the shape that I wanted the tree to be. And then I would just wobble cut in those lines kind of to do those, right? So these would be the roots. So I'd go along this one and that one. And then I would come back and do kind of a rooty kind of shape. And then on that other black line, come back, do the trunk, and then I would start doing the branches. So this is how I was doing those trees. Kind of had an idea of the shape of the tree that I wanted to do, and I just removed everything that wasn't part of the shape. It's kind of like when you carve, right? You're trying to carve a duck, you remove everything that doesn't look like a duck. I bet my trees don't look better than yours, Anina. I bet they do not. Yeah, I guess I'm a weeble. Mind you, I shouldn't say that because I don't want to fall. Pretty excited. The lilies that I bought last year are blooming now. Oh, I bought well, actually, two surprise packages of lilies. My daughters both had wanted lilies, so I said, they've got a sale on surprise packs, so I'll just get two packs and we'll split them. Well, neither of my daughters were ready to have new lilies for their beds last year, so they all got tucked in all over my yard. And I do mean tucked in. Where my hollyhocks are, I've got some lilies in there that you can't even see. Once the hollyhocks are done, or next spring, I have to get in there and remove those poor little lilies because you can't find them. But I've got some lovely colors. I don't know if you guys saw on my page, I've got an orange one with a brown center. It looks burgundy, but it's brown. It's almost like an A&W root beer. It's very cute. And then I've got a lot of the trumpet kind of lilies. The ones where the lilies hang downwards. What are they called? Monk's head lilies or something? But yeah, I've got a lot of lilies that need to be split again. I moved them and they just multiplied like mad because I moved them and they had room to spread out and grow. And they took that to heart, I tell you. They really, really did. Crazy things. Crazy, crazy, crazy lilies. All right, so kind of followed what I had planned. Not 100%, but it is what it is. They are beautiful. Oh, you're a bit lazy with the branches? I freehand cut darn near everything. It's just who I am. Like I say, I can't cut a straight line for love nor money. Well, that's got a very weird root base, but that's okay because, like I say, I'm going to take maybe something like this and I'm going to weave it through so it looks like grass is coming up, right? Something like that. And then I'll have grass as well as the roots. Of course, I'll trim it so that you can't see all that, but see what I mean? You know, I'll take some of these pieces and I'll paint them green. I'll make them into grasses. So this stuff isn't going to go to waste either. You know, it's going to be some sort of. This is a good one for Halloween. Oh, it could be. Could be. More. Let's do more leaves. I'm on a leaf, a tree kick. I admit it. Okay, let's make a big. I want to do a nice rounded top. Um, that can stay. This stuff can go. Look, Beth, I'm throwing scraps in the garbage. But I'm keeping these because they're interesting. Even just on a page. glue them down and turn them into. I like them. Oh, wouldn't those make wonderful teeth on a monster? A big Stop it. Stop it. Okay. I want to do a nice look. I got 2 pages here. I only want one. I want singles. Yeah, I'm trying, Beth. I'm trying. So I want like a nice round. See, I want nice and round. And roots. So that's kind of what I'm going to do. Now I'm going to cut inside that shape. I'm going to do the roots at the end. Nice round shape. Oh, some of these branches are getting kind of on the thick side. Oops. They don't all have to be the same, right? Right. So see, I'm just cutting inside the marked line. See, I'm cutting inside it, and that's giving me the shape of the tree. Uh-oh. It's okay. It's okay. Ooh, that's a little straight. Shh, I won't tell if you don't. I won't tell if you guys don't. Oh, that would be lovely. Fangs or ears. Yeah. Even hair, like on a mask. That would make lovely hair on one of the masks. Really would. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. Had to get rid of that stuff. Couldn't see what I was doing. Couldn't see. All right. Now we're going to do the roots. That would be lovely. I'd like to see the heart tree. I would. I would. Well, it's kind of round. I think it's round. The top. Okay, this one back just a smidge. And again, see, this is a fun thing. This is going in the garbage. This is going in the garbage. This is going. Some of this stuff is going in the garbage. You painted a heart tree with Beth once. So was the top shaped like a heart? Let's do that. Something like that. I am getting good with garbage. I'm doing much better. Okay, I'm gonna try doing this. Trying to do this here heart-shaped tree. Oh, see, I'm gonna go all the way up to there with the first branch. Again, I'm just going up to that line. Just trying to stay up to or inside that line that I drew of the heart. Ooh, this is tough, guys. Trying, trying. Okay, you gotta go away. Go away now. The piece needs to go off. Okay, got one side done. We're working on the other side. Your tree looks more like a spider. Hey, that's something we haven't done either. I think we need to do a series of spiders, or I do. Yeah, when I was putting stuff away from cleaning yesterday, I realized, wow, there's a lot of bits that I need to replace. Oh, you hate bugs and spiders? Okay. I will definitely keep that in mind. So, what do you guys have planned for the rest of the week? We are meeting friends for lunch tomorrow. And then my brother's coming on Thursday. Friday, I'm playing with you guys. Saturday, I'm watching my great niece play rugby. Sunday, we're having a family brunch because there's no stream this Sunday. It's the last Sunday of the month. I don't know that it looks like a heart. Maybe once it's glued down, it'll look like a heart. My bugs are cute. I don't do creepy. Well, I lied. I do creepy. Work and do a little crafting. Nice, nice. I'm gonna have to pick beans, and I guess I'll probably be putting beans away as well, which is fine. Nothing better than having a full freezer. Nothing better. Oh, no, that's too thin. Too thin. Won't work. Look, more stuff in the garbage. So how many trees do I have? A few. Bugs, beetles. A Tanya McGuire journal cover. Awesome. What? Two. See, they stick together. Three, four, five, six, seven, and the first one, eight. So I've cut 8 in 2 hours, plus doing the buttons. I'm pretty good. You're working on collage pages for your granddaughters? Awesome, awesome. Let's see, if I put them against the green background, we could have kind of a cute little forest. This one still has kind of like a squarish top. That's the first one I did, I think. No, maybe not. You know what, guys? I really like the way these turned out. That's the heart one. It does look like a heart against the dark background like that. We got a forest, guys. You're painting the kids? Nice. Oh, you're sending Cheryl your 365 book? That's nice. That's nice. I have a standing meeting Tuesday night, so I don't get to play with you guys very often. All right. All right. All right. Let's do. I've got these 2 pages. Might as well finish them up. Might as well finish them up. I don't want to do something that big. How about if I do it like this? Then I got trash. This is a German to English Book. Forest. Yeah. I do find it easier if I have kind of a rough shape. I think I just want to make sure that I don't have them all to the edges. So I'm just going to make sure I don't get to the edges. Root. Root. Oh, have an idea. Have an idea. I'll see if I can pull it off. I have a plan. Ladies, I have a plan. Okay. This one. Go see if I can do like a big V kind of trunk. That branch is a little squared off. Have to fix that branch up. So now I want to go do a big V in the middle of the trunk like that. Awesome. I guess I should have done a little one in the middle there. Well, okay. Okay, thanks, Anina. And I have to figure out why I have to approve Teresa. I don't understand why that's happening, Teresa. I thought I fixed it. And I shouldn't have had to fix it because you post often enough. I don't get it. I will deal with that as soon as I am off today. I promise I will look into it and see what the Sam David Henry. That's not right. Okay, one more branch. And then the rest of the roots. We'll post the rest of my roots. We'll cut the rest of my roots. Beth, you want to post your link, hun? Malia, if you're here, post your link. Everybody, post your links. I kind of like that one, except for this one branch. I've got a couple of squared ends here that I need to trim. That's better. That's better. That's a fun one. He's got a big double trunker. Double trunker? All right. Well, guys, it's been 2 hours. I think I'm done treeing for now. Let's grab one envelope and, oh, that's sealed. And it's open at the end. Well, that's not going to work. You know what? I must have had a different plan for these ones, Belinda, because these envelopes are all sealed. You know what? I'm just going to do this. Do this. Oh, I'm not leaving just yet, Beth. Not leaving just yet. Gonna do a window envelope. Cover it, and but if you're here, Beth, can you post your link, please, in case there's anybody here who doesn't come to see you? Beth does all kinds of fun things. All kinds of fun things. And I think today she's doing the prompt game with the fortune tellers that we made on Sunday. She's using hers and doing the entire prompt thing. All right. So I've cut this out. I'm going to take this piece off because I just use these as flips in the journals. And I will put it on the cutter to cut it straight after. So we've got that. I have a bin of painty bits. So let's take a strip of this. Yep, that can go there. I've got this dark green. I just cut strips off. That can go across there. See, I've got all kinds of stuff that I save. Yeah, Beth, I know. I promised I was going to clean it out, and I have not yet. But I will. Excuse me. Excuse me. Sorry, guys. Bit of allergies. I'm going to just lop off a strip of this. And what else we got? Oh, this one's fun. I'm just going to lop off that. That. All right. So now we're going to glue them down. Thank you. Thank you. Yeah, so please check out Beth and subscribe to her. Anybody else who's got a link, please put your links in. So I'm going to start by gluing this one down. And I'm going right across. Again, liquid glue. Oh, where's my plastic? Because what happens is then I spill water on my mat, and because it's so covered in glue, I get stuck to it and everything sticks to it and makes a mess. Okay. So I'm going to take this painted edge and I'm going to put it against the window. Painting kid goats. Oh, fun. Fun, fun. I unfortunately, like I say, have a meeting. Well, it's not unfortunate. I love the people in the meeting, so. Okay, so I didn't cut these smartly. This one can go, first of all, let's do this along here. You know what? They're not straight. You know what? It's okay. You posted them? All right. All right. So now I'm going to put this one down this side. Again, using up scraps for something different. Something different. Use this side. One there. Now, I cut this, not even thinking that I want something bigger and fuller for that spot. So let me just grab something from the side here. Oh, those are stickers. That's not going to work. Hang on, hang on. I've got stuff over here. Just have to find some fun. Look at this piece, guys. Wouldn't that make a lovely tree? I'm going to have to wobble cut a tree out of that one. So I didn't get a piece. Oy. Oy. That one too could make a lovely tree. But the thing is I've got enough that I can go here. But that's not big enough. So I either use the green or that orange. I think I'll use the green because it's bright. There we go. There we go. So we can figure out how much I need. Approximately there. I know it's a little bit over. I don't mind it. Look at this one. We'll make a nice tree too, I think. Okay, so I'm going to have to cut a couple of trees. What a shame. Glue. No, I got pumps going. Pumps going, pumps going, pumps going. That is my sump pump. So maybe I did hear water running because that would explain why that's running. Beauteous. And then I'm going to put this green down here. And that's fun. That is fun. Like I say, I take them and I trim them off after. The sounds of a basement, yes. Can you guys hear that pump? If you can, I'm sorry. But it's better than that groundwater coming into my house. Okay, so I've got my window. So now I'm just going to trim it roughly to the edges. And afterwards, as I say, I will come back and run it through the cutter so that it's straight. And if I cut parts of it off, that's fine. You know, It's good. I am going to trim that down to the blue because that's the white part. There. So then what I do is, yes, I usually keep these little pieces, but today I'm going to be a good girl and throw them out so that Beth doesn't wrap my knuckles. No knuckle wrapping. Okay, so we've got that. Now we need a thick black marker. And I'm just going to go on all the seams. Is that black marker even working? Oh, maybe I should have used a ruler. It doesn't matter. We'll just make the line thicker. It's not a problem. It doesn't really matter. We just make the line thicker. It's okay. So anybody who's watching that likes things perfect, please measure your stuff. I don't measure because a lot of times what I'll do is I'll come in and I'll put a bit of collage stuff on top, so it's not just the painty papers. And then I go around the window and I write right on the window. It's fine. It's not going to hurt anything if you go right on the window. Just makes a squeaky noise, and if you don't like that, that's fine. Step away from that trash can. All right. So that's how I do my windows for my journals. And then I use them as flips. Like I say, I use them as a flip. I don't bother with covering up the back. I might put some lines or something on it. I might put a little bit of something, but for the most part, because it's a flip, I'm not too concerned. Like I did this one where it's the tree, right? That's how I did this one. Just bits of paper that I had kicking around. And again, you can see I didn't cover the back with anything. It's just the envelope. Oh no, that's rough. That's rough. That's crazy. I guess they have to do that because they don't know how long it's been thawed, right? And a lot of the stuff that you buy at the grocery store that's in the freezer, you're not supposed to thaw it before cooking, right? So, yeah, I can see how that could be a big issue. Mind you, if one of us had to dump ours as well, right? No. Yeah, no. Because if things are thawed, like even if it's like a frozen pizza, you're not supposed to thaw it before you cook it, and you can't refreeze things. So I have a whole bunch of windows that I've done, and these are all going to be flips in various journals. So that's just another way for using scraps on windows. How to use your windows up. Yes, big waste. Big waste. No, because I've had a restaurant, Beth, I know that if food is in any way possible contamination, you have to get rid of it. It's easier to get rid of it than have a lawsuit with somebody with food poisoning, right? Oh, thanks, Belinda. Yeah, they're a lot of fun. They're easy to do. Great way to use up the envelopes. Also, if you had them like this one, I would open it, and then this could be one page, and you put it in the journal just like that. You know, let's open that, and I'll explain that better. Possibly, possibly, possibly. Oh yeah, it's very hot down there. Used a okay, cool. I will take a look. I need to change persona to be able to fix that, Teresa. But I will definitely look. So yeah, I would just open up the envelope and then do that on this side and then put it in a journal so that it would be a page like this. You know? And again, I would chop it off just so I had the window. So I would have this page, doodle it up, clean up the edges on this one, and then I would also use this as a page in the journal. Not necessarily side by each, but we just found 3 window envelopes. So you could do it this way so that it's a page, or you could take it apart, use it as a flip, or you could do this and have it on the edge of a page in your journal so that it could be a pocket. Okay, let me see if I can see that, Teresa. And then I could show it to everybody. Find it, find it. Let me change it on this one. Hang on. Hang on. Nope, that's not what I wanted. Hang on. I'm not technologically great. Facebook. Change to that one. I'm looking. Takes a minute. Choices. Yeah, I know. I'm going to cut trees out of those 2 painty papers. I think they're going to be lovely. Might just do small trees. Doesn't matter. We'll see. Oh, this is taking forever. We'll let that just figure out what the heck it's doing. What are you doing, you silly thing? Let's just... Oh, your tags are here, hon. Okay, let's turn this light out. Oh, sorry, we're in the dark. See Teresa's tags? Look, it's got a window. It's lovely. And it's got your fan trashy flowers. You used an anklet as your tassel. That's awesome. That's lovely. Seeing if I can go to any of the others. There's another one. I love the flowers. And the die cut butterfly fits in so perfect with that. Beautiful. Very beautiful. Oh, yeah, there's the anklet. That's awesome. Very awesome. Thank you for sharing that, Teresa. They're wonderful. They are wonderful. Okay, I'm going to be putting this light on again, so I'm just going to, because it does give a bit of a glare before it settles in. Awesome. So that's how I use the windows various ways in my journals. All right, let's cut a tree out of this. Not going to use the whole piece. I will use that piece on something else. Wobble kind of tree. This is going to be different doing it out of a painty paper. But you know what? I think it's going to be a lovely little tree. If I had finer scissors, I could probably do finer branches. But we know that I don't do well with little scissors. Wow, I'm sure dead. You know, little scissors don't work for me. This is going to be a pretty tree. And because it's so textured, I don't think I will have to do anything to it. I think I could just put it straight into a journal the way it is, or a tag, or whatever. Just wobble cutting. Just wobble cutting. This one looks like a giraffe. Oh, yeah. It kind of does. It's definitely giraffe-esque. Or something. You guys, I think this is going to be a very cute tree. I think so. Definitely going to be keeping that. Look at that. Isn't that fun? I really like that piece. That is a lovely piece. Keep that. Keep that. These ones I'll keep because I can use them in my miniature. Can you see it? Can you see it? You get carried away and cut yourself? Oh, this one has a flat. Not a nice, there we go. Let's put it on a white paper and I can show you better, I betcha. Betcha anything. I really like the way that tree turned out. So now when I do my gel prints, I'm going to be looking for things that's going to work great as trees as well. I really like that tree. I mean, I like these trees, but now, they're going to need work. Now let's do this one. Hmm. Hmm. I'm going to use this one, and that one's going to go back in the bin. That one goes back in the bin. Put them back in the bin. Whoop. Okay. Start in the middle and do a root. Rooty, 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 rooty. Another root. Big trunk. Now we're going to do branches. I think this one's going to be pretty too. New prompt, add a tree. Oh, yeah. Add a tree. And you know what? Because this paper is painted and the paint is so stinking thick, it cuts like an absolute charm, guys. I can get finer detail out of it because it's not floppy. It's got that little bit more stability to it. Okay, so cutting painty papers this way is much easier than doing raw page. But we knew that because it's, thicker and just cuts lovely. Oh yeah. Oh yeah. I'm doing a happy dance. You can't see it, but in my heart, I have a happy dance happening. Okay, Belinda. New prompt, add a tree. I've got some stamps with trees on them, but we all know how often I use my stamps. Sorry. Maybe I'm coming down with something with my allergies here. Getting to the end, and you guys will be able to see it. Oh, thanks for coming. Nice to see you. Hope to see you again. Take care. I appreciate you popping in. What do you guys think of this one? I think I like the painted paper one so much better. Much better. Not that the other ones are ugly or anything, but I'll definitely have to paint them. Paint them and make them pretty. All right, guys. 2 hours and 41 minutes. That's been a slice. They do. They look. They look nice. I think. I think they look a lot. You know, these ones will look different too by the time I've got them done, painted, and everything. So I'm going to call it a day. Thank you guys for being here. Everybody in the audience, everybody in the balcony, any rewatchers. Um, I appreciate each and every one of you. I hope I have inspired you guys to try this. If you do try it, please post and meet your creativity. I'd love to see it. Don't forget, Beth has now added to her prompts, add a tree. Yay for trees. All right. Hugs to you all. Take care, everybody. See you on Friday. Bye now. Thanks again.